You're listening to The Breakfast Show with Ben and Liam. They're on your radio, and that's why you can't see them. So stay for a while, they're gonna make you smile. And whatever you do, don't touch that dial. You're feeling fine, waking up to the sunshine with Ben and Liam.
Well, g'day there, podcaster.
Sunday, bloody Sunday. It's the wrong thing to say, that
I
song.
don't like Sundays.
Different song about Sundays, actually. I was doing the U2 one. You were doing Tell Me Why I Don't Like Sundays.
Yeah, it was Mondays, but I was making it Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Boomtown
I don't know.
Rats.
Bob Geldof. I don't know why I fully just didn't even pick up on that.
The adoptive father of the
Tiger Lily Hutchins.
Yep.
Because Tiger Lily was born to Michael Hutchins, the lead singer of In Excess, the great
You
band.
really took my music fact off me.
Well, of course you could talk about the mum, Paula Yates, who was married to Bob before.
Is that Brenton Yates' wife?
Who's Brenton Yates?
He's the commentator at the dog track at Angle Park.
I reckon he was married to Paula. I think she was famously with Bob Geldof, then Michael Hutchins, and unfortunately she passed away merely 2 years after Michael's tragic passing.
Brenton would have been devastated.
Well, he was never married to her. He was more focused on the stuff at the dog track here in South Australia. Anyway, obviously a bit of a confusing start to the podcast, but this is just like the weekly recap, so enjoy.
13, 24, 10. What did you catch the tradies doing?
Yeah, I felt a little awkward for my fiancée. She was having a shower, door open, just, living her best life, singing a song at the top of her lungs.
Did a big number 2.
maybe. And she came out with her sort of towel on, fake tan, like the shower cap in, and there was just some tradies in the lounge room having a bit of a coffee. And we said totally fine. Like,
Let yourself in.
Yeah, we left them the key because there was works happening that sort of week, but she didn't realise they were going to be there that day.
I must admit, we've got a fair few calls for this, so I am excited. 13, 24, 10, if you have got one. Kirsty joins us now. Good morning. What did you catch the tradies doing?
Using one of our kitchen knives as a chisel to remove a tile.
That sucks, because that's one. So if you missed what Kirsty said there, it was using one of the kitchen knives to remove a tile.
Oh, come on.
That's one way to blunt your kitchen knife.
That's me, Maxwell Williams. That's a good one. That's my favourite knife. Geez, that's no good. Olivia, what did you catch the tradies doing?
So more they caught me. I had just gotten out the shower. I was living with my mum at the time, and it was about 7:30. I went into the living room, stark naked, went to go and put some knickers on. Obviously, smelt them to make sure they were clean. Turn around, and there is a tradie, the boss, star jumping, trying to cover me. Also let me know that all the tradies were outside the window.
You're kidding.
So I ran away. Worst part was had to go to work in an hour, so I had to walk out in front of them all, and they're all just trying not to laugh as I walk into the car.
Because that's the thing, being caught naked, that's no good. But when you're actually sniffing the knickers,
I know.
These guys are going, this can't be real, get
That's so funny that you did the sniff test in front of a bunch of tradies.
Also, sniff test. Don't you just, I don't know. I've never sniff tested in my life. I must admit that's dangerous because if it's the other side of the coin, you're copping a full face and nose full. Like it's all good if they're clean. Happy days. Just get ready for work.
Wow, Olivia, thank you very much for sharing. Jenna joins us now. What did you catch the tradies doing?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. I'm an acoustic construction worker, which is a bit of a weird thing, but all you got to know is I inspect a lot of construction sites, and one day I found guys trying to steal a hammer into the wall because earlier that day they all got a bit bored and started having a hammer contest, and someone threw it so hard they couldn't actually get it out of the Hebel wall, so they figured, we'll just plasterboard it closed.
That's awesome. A hammer throwing contest. Could you imagine if
one day a tradie who was worthy will come along and pull it out the wall.
Yeah, Thor style. Last one here, Damien. What did you catch the tradies doing, mate?
Morning, lads. I work for a solar company, and when I watched the boys do an install and there was a rival crew next to us, I think they were having a bit of a race. And to save a bit of time, we saw those boys actually peeing into the downpipe so they didn't have to jump off the roof.
Peeing into the downpipe.
I suppose technically it's just going into the drain, but I mean, if someone walks past to go, "G'day guys, how's it all going up there? You need a coffee?" and they're just lying on top of a drain.
They were incredible stories. Liam, my wife Sam has recently joined a new gym, and she came home yesterday after her first session. And I said, how was it? She said, yeah, it was great. I've already found my gym nemesis.
What?
And I said, what do you mean, your gym nemesis? You've only just, you've been there once. How's that possible? And she said, oh, yeah, everyone's got a gym nemesis. Like, there's just someone at the gym
you don't like.
And I think Sam she's pretty competitive. So if I was a betting man, I would say that there was probably someone, the gym nemesis at the gym might have been a bit, stronger than her, maybe.
Yeah, right. So maybe she's gone for the 5 kilos.
Yep.
And then that girl sort of walked over and gone, oh, I'll just grab the 6.
Exactly.
Even though she's maybe
And
only
then
on the 5.
I would say that's quite innocent. But then Sam, my wife, has taken that as a...
You want to... Well, I'm putting the 5 back. I'm going the 7.
You're trying to challenge me.
Yeah.
You're now officially my nemesis. But I go to the gym. I don't have a gym nemesis. Do you have one?
Never seen the inside of a gym. No, I went when I was a bit younger.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a nemesis. There was just this guy that I hated there because he was just like a real grunter.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On everything. I was like, oh, turn it up.
Producer Belle, I know you go to the gym every single day.
Yes.
Is the gym nemesis a thing?
Absolutely.
You've got one.
Well, like you said, you might not even know you have one. And when you think about it, you go, yeah, there's that one person.
Yeah.
I have one. I haven't seen her in a while, though. So
Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
well, you mad dogged her out of there.
Well, no, but it's not because, with Sam, it's because it's competitive.
Yep.
With me, I saw her and my first thought was, she is my boyfriend Luke's type. And I looked at her and I was like, she just seems like someone I was like, Luke would like her.
I mean, just
and
finish
so
your
don't
Zumba
like
class,
her.
right?
You're just
what?
making these things up in
Poor-
your head.
This poor woman's probably just lovely. She's
Yeah.
just trying to get a little
never
workout
spoken to her.
in the afternoon.
I reckon people have made nemesis at the gym because they think that they're their nemesis, so they've gone,
Yeah,
"You're
right.
mine."
They're trying to go, oh, well, if you don't like me, I don't like you. Realistically, if you just said hello, you'd probably get along quite well.
I am curious, 13 24 10, give us a buzz. Who's your gym nemesis?
Yeah. Megan, you've got a gym nemesis.
Hi, Ben Leah. Yes, I do. It's that one girl that constantly records herself in the mirror and looks in the mirror. Stay home and takes some selfies in the mirror at home.
Yeah, I
Okay,
get you.
so is she setting up, she getting the tripod going?
Yeah, and the mirror's not even in front of her, so she'd be working out and she's snapping her neck to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Constantly watching
Yep,
herself.
yeah, very self-obsessed, Megan. I get it.
Do you think that this person knows that you're off her and that you're her, gym nemesis, or is she so?
I
well.
have a bit. No, I don't think she does, but I just have a bit of a giggle to myself, and I've never spoken to her.
Maybe one day when she's editing her photos, she'll see in the mirror that you've flipping at the bird from behind. You know what I mean? Or just death staring at her from across the gym.
Thanks for that, Megan. Very good. Aaron joins us. Who is your gym nemesis?
My gym nemesis is not actually another member at the gym, but it's a trainer. Now, I have to be careful as to who I say and where I'm from, because he knows my name.
Yeah.
But he signed my sister and I up a couple of years ago, and you could just tell he was one of those really enthusiastic gym junkies.
Yeah, a bit much, yeah.
And so you'll go in there now, be doing your own thing in the corner very quietly. I don't want to stand out. And you'll just hear from across the room, hey, Aaron, let's pop that Stairmaster up to level 6 now, yeah?
Leave me alone.
Get out of it! I'm doing my own thing.
Now, that's one way to get your attention.
Not me. I don't know what that is. Never heard that before.
A study has been done, Liam, that reveals 60% of Australian workers say that they have watched adult films at work. Now,
Sorry, what's the number again?
60%.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. Now, they reckon that Australian workers use this as stress relief or a coping mechanism whilst at work. It says that many workers in organisations, they can feel faceless. They can feel, in the absence of good leadership, they feel overlooked and underutilised, under-challenged and under-promoted. So this is how they cope with a job they don't enjoy. The article goes on to say that maybe, you've just got a sale, you just had a win at your job, maybe you finished a big bit of work and it's a little treat at work.
A little treat. Sometimes if Ben and I do a really funny break, one of us will go and enjoy the treat.
Yeah. It says some people might have a cup of coffee or a bit of cake to celebrate. Some might watch pornography.
Well, one's appropriate. One's appropriate. I mean, if you're eating cake to treat yourself all the time, probably not too great. But just, going out for a quick coffee break, I mean, that's probably more where it's at.
This part I found super interesting. So they actually got this research from the Hub. And the Hub has revealed in 2021 that the main time for people to use that website is between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. But the second most popular time is 4 p.m.
Afternoon delight.
But this brings me to my point here.
That's firmly within work hours. And, it's sort of near the end of the working day, I suppose, for a lot of people.
Statistically, though, someone on our team is watching adult films. So I wanted to do a snap poll. Producer Andy, are you watching adult films at work?
Nope.
Okay, you're not doing it. I mean, I'm not doing it.
Obviously, see where this is going.
Producer Belle, are you not watching adult films at work?
Absolutely not.
That'd be so inappropriate.
Absolutely.
Liam, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, cake's expensive. What can I say? and there's free Wi-Fi, so...
Oh, come on, man. The break's not even finished.
Well, the door to the rat booth, Producer Belle's studio, has just opened up, and look who's scurried in.
Love rat, Belle's a love rat. Love rat, Belle's a love rat.
Hello. Yes, bring all my diseases with me.
Diseases of love diseases. Actually, that sounds worse. No, this is the segment where you can email in loverat@novafm.com.au if you've got a story to tell, you want some advice. Producer Belle's good with this sort of stuff. This one's from Nigel. It's an interesting one. He said, "Hey, Love Rat, I'm a FIFO worker in the mines, and my wife and I live alone. Every time I come home from working away for 2 weeks, the toilet seat's up."
Oh,
It's a bit odd.
It's a bit suspicious, isn't it?
It's been going on for months, but last week I finally confronted her, and she claims it's because she's cleaning the toilet. What do you think?
She could be.
I don't think so.
No. Well, she wouldn't be. I mean, yeah, she wouldn't be cleaning it like right before he comes home.
Plus,
but...
if you were cleaning it, you would just put it back down.
Yeah,
though.
Especially if you're a woman and you're sitting down.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you clean it, then she would have had to not used it.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the time of cleaning it before he comes
poor
home.
Nigel. Did he say, is he still with her? Or
I think Nigel's still yeah.
Oh, okay. That reasoning or excuse of Nigel's partner saying that she cleans the toilet and that's why it's up, it's a big call, but it actually reminds me, I did have a friend who, unfortunately, she was with this guy for years and years, and he worked in marketing, and he worked for marketing of AFL, and she found a photo of like this other girl wearing his like prized Collingwood Guernsey like around the house, and found these photos of her.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh no, it's actually it was actually just for marketing."
It's a photo shoot we've been doing.
Literally, we used it as a photo shoot.
How did she find the photos of that?
He had them kept like hard copy photos.
What?
Kept in the house. It was very sad.
That's wild.
But he said, "Oh, it's just for marketing. We're just doing just looking at how they fit on girls."
Oh my god!
Oh,
and she had to come over our house to do it.
Yeah.
Yep, but some people come up with wild excuses.
Yeah,
if
when
you're
it look
caught in the moment.
when a cheater's backed into a corner, you don't know what they're going to say.
Yeah, a bit like a rat, They're going to chew their way out of the situation. Hey, 13-24-10, what excuse did the cheater give? Lisa, what happened?
My ex told me that he had Tinder because he was doing it for his friend. He had it on his phone for his friend.
Oh, come on. Think
rich.
of a better excuse than that.
Surely you weren't buying that, Lisa.
No.
Yeah, no,
How
I
did
think a friend
you-
can do it on his own phone, definitely. You don't need to double time it and go.
Yeah.
Was childish. Oh, this is for my friend.
Was Tinder like hidden on his phone somewhere, like in a folder, or did he just have it on one of his walls on his iPhone?
No, it was just there. I was looking at something else and it was right there.
Isn't it
Oh my
funny, though?
God.
Because, that's one thing, hiding the app in your phone, but also, like, there's only so many people who live in, like, a 30K radius around you. Like, of course, if you've got literally, like, a dating social media, that's going to get back to the person eventually.
Jackie joins us now. What excuse did the cheater give?
That she hadn't had a shower, so she had to get changed.
Hang on, sorry. Jackie, back up. Hang on, what happened?
Okay, so my ex and a friend went out in the car and came back, and her underwear were in the footwell.
Right.
Oh, my God.
And his excuse
So-
was she had to get changed in the car.
Yeah, because she hadn't had a shower.
That's a horrible excuse.
That's
Yeah, not very inventive.
So did you find the underwear in the passenger seat, like footwell?
Yeah.
How could you forget to put that back?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, who's...
Exactly.
To be honest, maybe did she leave it on purpose to say this is
Probably. She wasn't the only one.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there was more
There was many more.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jackie.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Jackie. That is a terrible excuse, though. I can tell you what. I think it's time we turn our keys, Ben.
Yep, it is, Liam, and we open up the forbidden folder, our favourite thing to do every single week. It's all the topics our boss has banned us from talking about, but we do it anyway.
It's funny you mention bosses as well, because interesting one this week. If my boss found this out, I'd get fired.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Liam, there is one for you.
What one?
With the Uber?
What with the Uber?
With the Uber. You know how to, you abuse the Uber account.
Oh. Well, yeah, I had a work Uber account at some point.
You still do, don't you?
Well, I still have so basically you got a car park at work when we started.
Yep.
And I said, oh, well, I didn't really have a car, so do you think I could get Ubers in? And then after like almost 2 years, I was like, end up getting a car, and I was like, hey, do you reckon we could like swap that so then I could just have the car park? And they said, yeah, sure, as long as you sign this thing and surrender the Uber account.
Yep.
And I said, sweet. But I still use it.
So Liam, right, when he opens up his Uber account, there's like a little switch, and you can have it on personal or you can have it on business. And Liam just leaves his on business, and he just gets free Ubers everywhere, and no one's ever pulled him up.
Well, I don't know if it's and I'm sure on the weekends, if I'd used it in the past, it would probably be because, I just didn't notice it was on the switch. I don't know.
You always do it in front of me, and then you go, check this out, and then you laugh and laugh.
Do you not have the same account? Did I not give you the login details?
132410.
If my boss found this out, I'd get fired. Look, you can remain anonymous if you'd like to for this one, because we understand you want to keep your job. Dan, if your boss found this out, you'd get fired.
Hey guys, how you going? So
Good,
when I started working, I worked at Dick Smith Electronics way back in the day when it was a thing.
What a store.
And we quickly found out that a lot of the toys could be written off after a sale. So what we would do is we would pretend there was a sale, then we would refund it, then we would write it off, so it was basically just free stock. And then we would kind of chuck batteries into it. Again, we would write off batteries. And my favorite was when we did it with an airplane, like one of those little flying remote control airplanes, and we actually flew it all the way around and we smashed it and crashed it directly into the building.
Yeah.
We had a remote control car and we rode it right on the road, and it got run over by a truck.
Yeah. No wonder why Dick Smith went under. Dick Smith Electronics is no more because it had employees like you guys.
That's a good one, Dan. Thank you very much. David joins us now. David, if your boss found this out, you'd get fired. What were you doing?
Hey boys, how you going?
Good, mate.
Good, Dave.
Yeah, going back about 5 years ago, I had a boss who was extremely uptight. So he had a birthday coming up. Me and the boys got together and thought we'd bake him a special cake. Yeah, sure enough, he ate the whole thing. And he was in a bit of a better mood that day. Took the day off afterwards, and
Yeah, and
never clicked onto what happened.
he grew dreadlocks and started playing hacky sack after that. And work was a lot more chilled out for the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's certainly the most wild one we've got, David. Thank you very much.
Drugging your own boss. I think you probably would get a little bit fired for that one. Ben, we don't get handwritten letters very often. No fans to give fan mail, We did get one from a guy in prison once.
That's right. It was lovely.
Yeah, he's trying to turn his life around and stuff and listen to the show and sent us a little handwritten letter.
And then we called him, I reckon.
Yeah.
Didn't we call him? And then we were like, how'd you listen to us? And he said, we've all got radios.
Yeah. So there you go. Shout outs to
all the prison listeners.
Pour one out for you. But we got a handwritten letter yesterday. It's a very cute one. It's written in pen, and there's a little drawing of us holding hands on the inside. So
that's cute.
This one isn't from prison. It's actually from young Elodie. And it reads, "Hello, Ben and Liam, and also producer Belle." No mention of you, producer Andy. Brutal. Elodie must not be a fan. And below that says, I am Elodie and I am 7 and I like to listen to your show on the radio.
Beautiful name, Elodie.
Thank you for doing the radio. Hope you have a nice life. From Elodie.
Hopefully Elodie gets a survey book.
Yeah. We hope you have a nice life too, Elodie. We'll send you a goodie bag for sure.
It does feel like under the age of 10, maybe I'm totally wrong, maybe it's older than that, but I feel like under the age of 10 is ripe for writing letters and sending them.
I remember writing a letter in the 90s to Shelley Craft.
Oh, yeah, for Saturday Disney.
Yeah, because I was like always sending in stuff. Like I had this diorama once, which took me like months. And it seemed like I would, because I'd watch and it'd get to that competition bit where you get sent the, the bag of Disney stuff if you win. And there was just, there was some crap getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was kind of like, mine was better than that.
Come on, Shelley.
I spent so long on that. So I remember writing to Shelley and saying like, can you please let me win?
Come on, Shelley. You put a pineapple in there.
Yeah, I still remember it was the Crow's Nest lot bag.
Yes.
Remember that?
That's
and I think
right.
that was same for like Funniest Home Videos and that sort of stuff as well.
Who did you write a letter to? And did they reply? They didn't have to reply, but I'd love to know who you wrote a letter to.
Maybe it was a political figure. Maybe it was a sports star that you just love.
Maybe it was a celebrity.
Who did you write a letter to? 13 24 10. We'd love to hear from you. Jacob, this is back in the school days. Who did you write a letter to, mate?
John Howard, actually.
Oh,
John Howard!
Straight to the top, to the Prime Minister.
Were you interested in politics, or what was the theme of the letter?
Pretty much our internet at school wasn't too great, so yeah, we wanted to get that improved and thought he was the guy to talk to. So yeah, wrote him a letter and he wrote back and ended up coming to the school as well.
Hang on,
No.
so John Howard actually came to your school?
Yeah, he came to the school because I don't know if it was part of some bigger program and I just lucked in, but yeah, he came and the internet ended up getting upgraded and met everybody at the school.
So he did fix the internet?
Well, yeah, the internet got fixed, whether it was him or someone else, but yeah.
That's
I'm assuming
insane.
he didn't actually do the fixing.
Because when you said, you got a letter back, I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't have been him. But then the fact that he actually rocked up to the school, I'm assuming maybe to open the computer lab.
Kelly joins us now. You wrote a letter to someone in your 20s.
I did. The day Princess Diana died in 1997, the news report had a fax number for Buckingham Palace.
Right.
So I wrote a letter of condolences to the royal family on her death because I was a avid Princess Diana fan.
Wow.
Faxed it through to them, and about 3 months later I got an official letter back from them with the official wax stamp on the back. Registered mail, thanking me for my thoughts and condolences on the death, and it was signed by Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, Prince William and Prince Harry.
That's insane. So, Kelly, do you have that sort of like framed, or is it in like a special sort of cabinet now?
It's framed, and yeah, it's just a treasured memory.
They probably do have to go through all the letters to make sure there's no like death threats and like things like that in there as well. I suppose they'd have to actually sort through it all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that the royal family would be physically doing that themselves or signing it. I believe there'd be someone in charge of doing that, and they put their name on it. But still pretty cool.
Hey, John Howard rocked up to that kid's school.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never bloody know. All I know is Shelley Craft didn't get back to me, and I'm still a little bitter about it. We're also joined by producer Belle.
Now, Belle, we brought you in because you have got a bunch of questions in front of you. These questions have come from you who listen to the radio show. It's been a new trend happening on social media the last couple of weeks where you can ask the people you follow anything you want anonymously.
Yeah, although the app you use, I did notice there's a feature where if you pay $14.99 a month, you can find out who sent it. So it kind of defeats the purpose. But we're cheap, so we just use the free version. But yeah, there was like a lot of anonymous questions coming through.
Now, Liam and I, we haven't seen the questions. Producer Belle, you've gone through them and picked some out.
I'm sure there's some pretty vile ones in there.
Yes, I have also picked the appropriate ones.
Okay.
So there was a few things off limit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've got the best ones, I think. Question number 1. We're going in deep here. Who earns more out of the two of you?
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same.
Is it the same?
We get paid the same.
We get paid the same, yeah. We signed the same thing. And fun fact, I do, like Ben's tax each year. I send him an email and go, here's what we earn. And like, you can, and then you like, I like do the sums and then we both take it to the same accountant. Like we're literally running on the same.
If you've ever wondered, Liam and I, same accountant and we get paid the exact same amount.
Okay, that's cute. All right, second question. Does Liam suggest bits about Scotland so he can do his crappy accent.
He definitely does.
It's not true, laddie. If you suggest it again, I'll do you in your speck again.
In fact, if you listen closely to
Square goal line.
if you listen closely to the show, you'll notice Liam at least once a show will force in an impression where we didn't need one.
Absolutely.
And he's always the first one to
Trending
bring it
every
up. 100%.
Oh, come on.
All right, next question. If you weren't with each other, who would be your dream co-host?
Maybe like a solo announcer.
You can't have Liam, you can't have anyone. That's how you should phrase it.
Yeah, you just go by.
Who would your dream co-host be?
Well, like you, obviously, but then like
You're so obsessed with me, it's weird.
But like, if you were to, I don't know, you were to give up or something. I don't know, maybe my friend Sam Mack, the Sunrise Weatherman.
You haven't thought about that one before, clearly.
No, he's just, he's a mate. He's perky in the mornings. He's good.
Okay.
I feel like now you're a bit like, well, what's wrong with him? I'll be taking his number out of your phone.
This next one kind of ties in. How much longer until you honestly think you guys will split and go your separate ways?
I'll be surprised if I'm here next week.
Oh, Ben, take this seriously, please.
I would say at least another 20 years.
What?
That's way longer than I want to do it.
Well, we're talking, what are we talking? 10 years.
Yep.
So you could let the boat out. I'm planning on, in my head, I'm planning on being at least 40 still doing this.
Whoa, I would think 30.
yeah, you're 30 in 2 years.
There's definitely a discrepancy there.
Honestly, yeah, I know, but I can.
Yeah.
As I said, we've got the same account and stuff. We can move. Oh, hey, look, I'll move some of my pay over to your side, whatever. But what do you think? But what are your plans after? Because I have no plans.
My plans will be to go live on a farm, unemployed, no job, and I'll just hopefully be self-sustained and have a farm that's like permaculture where it's all self-sustained.
Are you honestly? Because I thought you always joked about that.
No, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll
In
definitely,
2 years?
Oh, whenever the mood strikes.
Yeah. It is worrying, honestly. And that's why I've got Sam Mack on speed dial, just in case. So that's why I've been keeping that relationship close. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you had a strange COVID symptom. Now, at this point, most people have had it, right? I had it over New Year's. You had it maybe a few weeks before your wedding, Ben. For me, just the usuals. I had a fever. I didn't really even have a sore throat, really. I had a runny nose, didn't cough that much.
Yep.
What did you have?
I was pretty good. From memory, I can't even really remember what I had. So I think I didn't get it that bad. My wife, Sam, was kind of bedridden for 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got off pretty scot-free.
Yeah, well, it's sort of, it depends. Everyone's different. My mate had it last week and I was like, oh, how'd you get on? And he said, oh man, my eyes were so hot. And I was like, what?
Hot eyes?
He said, my eyeballs were boiling for a whole week. I've never experienced that before, but I had hot eyes.
I was watching so much Netflix that his eyes were burning.
Maybe he was getting the square eyes. Maybe he was cooking his eyes. But he said, his dad sort of had it at the same time. That's who he got it from. He called his dad and was like, yeah, how you going? He's like, man, my eyes are so hot.
Really?
So there's 2 people with a case of hot eyes.
Hot eye strain.
From COVID. We've got a call here from Claire. You also had a strange COVID symptom, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I love my favourite fruit and my favourite food pretty much ever is oranges.
Yeah.
So I've got an orange tree at the back of my house and I would have them every day. And of course being winter as well, it's the only fruit that's fresh that I can get off the tree.
Yeah.
And I would have them all the time and I had COVID about a month ago and now they just taste like dirt.
You don't like oranges anymore?
No.
Specifically oranges though, other food
specifically oranges. That's my favourite thing ever. And fresh oranges, you get the juice dripping down your hands.
Yeah.
And now they just taste like dirt. It's terrible.
And so, because obviously people lose their taste, but you're saying your taste has almost been altered. So you still you like chocolate and you might like apples, but the oranges are a no-go now.
Yes, I'm devastated. So I did lose my sense of taste and smell when I had COVID, and when I got it back, I was like, yes, I'm going to have some oranges.
So oranges still taste bad even though you're over it.
Yes, I've got my sense of smell and taste back.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm devastated.
At least you didn't have hot eyes at the time as well.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about. I think there's some things that maybe the doctors or the experts can't even explain.
Yeah.
Everyone's situation's a little different. Lauren, you also had a bit of a strange COVID symptom?
Yeah, I had COVID at the beginning of 2020 when I was in Europe, and my hair fell out.
Your hair fell out?
Are you serious?
Yeah. My hair fell out in pretty big chunks over a course of 2 weeks.
Whoa.
So and it wasn't because obviously sometimes people can get that from stress and that sort of thing, but could anyone explain it to you?
They basically said it had to do with prolactin levels and weird things in my body from having COVID.
Whoa! So your hair so you got COVID back in, like you said, early 2020. So that was before it was even a big thing
Super
over
scary
here.
time.
Yeah, I got the OG COVID.
You got the OG COVID.
Yeah, so Claire's
Collector's
obviously...
edition.
Yeah, you could sell that for me one day. Claire's obviously like she still doesn't like oranges. They still taste like dirt. But to you, Lauren, has your hair grown back?
Yeah, it has. I actually prefer it better now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So did you because it was coming out in chunks? Did you just go for the shave it all off, or what did you do?
I just cut it really short and just looked after it.
Yeah, right.
That's wild. Hey, at least you didn't have those hot eyes, eh?
Oh my gosh, I didn't realise there were so many strange COVID symptoms.
I know. Ben, I was absolutely rocked when I found out about this. Like, I almost, my jaw hit the ground. Producer Belle, you're 27, and you informed us that you have booked in your wedding venue?
Yes.
You're not engaged?
Nope.
You have not proposed, and your partner Luke has not proposed to you?
Nope.
Not even just the wedding venue. You've booked in a date.
Yes.
When's the date?
The 23rd of November to 2024.
That's not that far away.
But it's a nice date, 231124.
That
23, 24,
is crazy. I didn't realise I was working with Niles Barkley. That is bad.
Organised.
You know, that is like, I don't know if that's organisation or like
that's Ava Max Psycho.
Do you know what I mean? Like I proposed last year, we're getting married like next year, the date's all locked in. But I feel like if my fiance now, Sarah, said, by the way, I booked in a wedding venue, and before I proposed, I'd go, what? I'd go, hey?
Okay.
Like I'd be having serious thoughts about whether that's something I wanted to do in the future.
Not look at it. I guess it's booking, but I've penciled it in. You know, like I've buzzed that date at the venue, which may I say is a beautiful place to get married. It is a property that my family owns, and we've had
one of the many.
We've had a handful of weddings there, and I was just getting a bit nervous that someone might take that date, and someone will book a wedding.
Well, yeah, because of course, someone might propose or get engaged before. So I suppose you want to just jump the gun a little bit.
Doesn't that put like tons of awkward pressure now on your partner Luke, who's like, well, she's already booked in a date for the wedding. I haven't proposed yet.
He was there when I did it. Like he was there when I was having the conversation, and he didn't say anything. But he didn't say
because he thought he was psycho a little bit. It's coming on a little too strong for me. I think that's what it is. And
it's
look,
freaking me out.
Maybe, and I don't know. Maybe
I'd
you're
like
in
to be organised. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's weirder than that. If you've been in a relationship, or maybe you didn't even get to that stage, but they were just coming on way too strong.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're going to get to the level of they booked in the wedding venue before we were engaged. But 132410. Would love to hear your story. If you get in touch as well, you will be in the draw for Nova's first class and 50K. Were they coming on just a little too strong?
Danny joins us now. Were they coming on a little too strong?
Yes, he was. It was before I got married, so it's quite some time back now, but I went on a date with a guy, and the first date he took me home to his parents' house. And not only was his parents there, it was his grandparents and his cousins. The whole family was there. And it gets worse because he was Portuguese and I was very much Australian, didn't speak any Portuguese at all.
Yeah.
The grandmother renamed me. I got called Eva. And they didn't speak any English at all at the table.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
So you were rebranded on the first date. You were given a whole different name and identity entirely.
Was that the only date he ever got? Did you just run for the hills after that?
Yes.
But not before he proposed, before he dropped you back off at home. Well, we may as well make it official, Eva.
Yeah, that is certainly coming on too strong.
My goodness.
Whoa.
It's a debate, a big debate. Who will win, Belle or Liam?
Netflix, they hoiked their prices up This week, we're being told they're cracking down on people sharing accounts, which is annoying because it's obviously what everyone does.
And it has started a conversation around the office.
You could say it started a big debate.
Is Netflix overrated?
I know this is controversial, but I'm saying yes. Ben Harvey, you think Netflix is great, and your time starts now.
Vacuums have the Dyson V11. Stand-up has Dave Chappelle. And streaming services have Netflix. When you look at your TV remote, which streaming service has its own button? Netflix! That's who. It also has the best sonic trigger. What's the sonic trigger for binge, Liam? There's no argument. It has the best exclusives. Squid Game, Bridgerton, The Crown, Peaky Blinders, and Stranger Things, the biggest TV show in the last 10 years. What did you call Stranger Things this week, Liam?
Our Generation Star Wars.
What did you call it?
Our Generation Star Wars.
I can't hear you.
Our Generation Star Wars.
Thank you.
Okay.
I rest my case.
You might have me over a little bit of a barrel on some of my comments about their big Netflix original earlier in the week. Okay. Well, Ben, I'm saying Netflix is overrated. Netflix murdered my childhood. They killed Blockbuster. They also pushed their own originals and bar Stranger Things, Our Generation Star Wars. What else have they got? The Kissing Booth, Kissing Booth 2, Kissing Booth 3, all hot trash. Remember when Adam Sandler sold his soul to Netflix to produce those 6 films? Now every time I open my top 10 most watched list, the film embodiment of a turd comes up, Sandler's The Cobbler. It's not in the top 3. It never was. Stop saying that. You know what else? They employed Kevin Spacey on House of Cards, and a vote for Netflix is a vote for Spacey. So just think about that.
Don't play the Spacey
about that. Just think about what you're doing, Courtney.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what it was, but there was a debate about a month ago and I played the Spacey card on you.
Well, he wasn't. I don't think Kevin Spacey was the one in question. It was just another celebrity who'd done a horrible thing. Maybe it was Jared Fogle or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Courtney joins us now. Who do you think's won the big debate? Do you think it's Ben saying Netflix is the best thing since sliced bread, or is it me saying it's overrated?
Well, Liam, you had me at your first line. They killed Blockbuster. I used to work at Blockbuster, and, now, obviously, I don't. So my vote goes to you. They killed Blockbuster.
Helen joins us now. It's a vote for me already. So what do you think? Are you going to vote for Ben? Are you going to vote for me?
Well, we have to move forward from Blockbuster. Let's not live in the age-old Stone Age Flintstones.
Yep. What about
Let's
Video
go
Easy?
Netflix.
What about Video Easy?
Well,
Netflix, my life as we know it would not exist without Netflix. How could I have ever watched Timeless if it wasn't for Netflix? Come on. Nice without Netflix. No.
Antonio joins us now. The topic is Netflix is overrated. Who do you think won the debate?
Firstly, Ben, strong. And, Netflix does have that noise. The dun-dun is very iconic. I do love that. I did extra points for putting a fart noise in for Ben. I thought it was very funny. I had a little chuckle.
Thank you.
Liam, the Blockbuster, sad to see Blockbuster go. You pulled the Spacey card.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. The Sandler thing, though, yes, he's had a couple of pretty crappy ones.
But he's
have
had
you
some
seen
hits.
the latest one, Hustle?
Yeah.
Hustle?
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one. Yeah, but he also did, as I said, The Cobbler. And then there was that Halloween one where he was talking like this the whole time about Halloween, about favorite day.
Antonio, who won the big debate?
Look, we're taking too much time here. I tell you what, boys, it's a tough one this week. But purely because it doesn't show reruns of the OC, I'm going to have to go with Ben here.
That was a big debate. We now have the winner.
I think I was due a win. It's been a few weeks.
On a technicality, I think it's Stan that does the OC. But you know what? If he's willing to go against the Spacey card, I'll give you the win. I'll give you the win, Ben. The light in my bedroom, Ben, is connected to the fan. So because of that, the lights are turned on and off with a remote. It's like a little bit weird, but it's also kind of cool because, if you're in bed, you can turn the light off. And on Sunday, annoyingly, I couldn't turn the lights out because the battery had died in the remote. Mm-hmm. It's pretty annoying, so I've sort of opened up the little remote there, and it's quite a thin, sort of sleek remote, and because of that, it needs a lithium 3-volt battery.
Yep.
I don't have thin lithium batteries, just an excess of them just lying around. Don't even know where you'd get them.
Anywhere you would get batteries.
Some sort of specialty battery shop, I'd assume.
I would reckon you could get them from petrol stations, Woolworths, Coles.
So basically, every time I've needed to turn the light off in my bedroom over the last few days, I've just gone down to the switch box and turned off the power upstairs.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So that means like no fan, no phones charged upstairs, no heated blankets, complete darkness.
That is ridiculous.
We just haven't got around to it yet. It's just a small battery.
That makes me want to go to your house to replace the battery for you.
But yeah, it's also that stress of like, geez, I hope my phone's got enough juice in it for the alarm to go off to wake me up in the morning because it's not on charge.
So you're not charging your phone overnight?
Nah, because I mean, there's no power upstairs, mate. I got it, yeah.
That's insane.
Because if the power's on, then the light's on and I can't sleep that way.
That's so much harder than just going to go get a battery.
Did you put in more effort to avoid fixing something? 13, 24, 10.
Yeah,
You hear about these people when they're like car doors like stuck, so they just have to climb in the window. And
It'd actually be easier to just fix the thing that's causing the problem.
I suppose it would be easier to get these hard to find batteries and just put it in the remote rather than going out to the power box and switching it off the whole time.
Yeah, all right, I like it. 13 24 10 is our number. Did you put in more effort to avoid fixing the problem?
Rebecca, what have you been doing?
Well, one winter, my windscreen wipers stopped working, so I rigged up a contraption with a coat hanger and a hand towel so I could have my hand out the window wiping as it was raining as I was driving.
That's awesome.
My God.
That is so good.
That is just a defect waiting to happen,
It's
Rebecca.
like something from Mr. Bean or something, do you know what I mean? Like when he took all that furniture home and he's sitting on the couch on top of his car. That's what that reminds me of. Oh, I love that. I'd do the same thing, I reckon. Zoe, putting in more effort to avoid fixing something?
Yeah, similar to the battery situation, my fridge inside has broken. Too slack to fix it, but I do have a freezer out in my undercover carport at the moment. And so I will take things from my fridge, put it in the freezer, set a timer on my phone so it doesn't freeze, and then quickly grab it out.
That is awesome.
It's so much more work than it's
I
worth.
like that. You're waking up every hour throughout the night going, oh, geez, I don't want my milk to be frozen in the morning. I've got to move it back into the other fridge.
Oh, my God.
My fiancée, Sarah Ben, she's a nurse, and her and I, we share a car, and we also share keys for that car. And they're not cheap to replace.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the electronic ones.
Yep.
And recently, some keys were lost. Earlier in the week, the keys were lost.
Oh, wow. See, I've had a recent situation where I've lost my car keys as well. Super pricey.
It used to just be like, it's not like a house key, is it? Because it's got like, they say, there's the microchip and you've got to order it in.
I went to go get the key cut for my car because I had a spare key, but I wanted to get another one cut because I thought, well, if I lose this one, then I have to get a locksmith out. And yeah, he gave me the whole spiel about how there's a chip in this one. I don't care.
Wouldn't have thought so.
I don't care.
Mate, I know people who can start it with a coat hanger.
Yeah, and fair enough, like, if it goes from being like $12 to being $28, like, I get the chip. But it goes from being like $12 to being, I think it was like $250.
Insane. So Sarah was convinced that I'd lost the car keys, which is interesting because I was pretty convinced that she'd lost the car keys.
Yep.
So, especially because I never lose anything. Like, I'm pretty good with my stuff.
Yep.
And she loses her license at least once a year. She lost her bank card just last week. You know this. She'd forget her head if it wasn't screwed on.
Yep.
So we've sort of been going back and forth for days. Meanwhile, like, I haven't been driving. And anyway, I'm brushing my teeth last night and I get this voicemail.
Hello, we have some keys of yours that were found at the hospital. Please call security and pick them up. Thank you. Bye.
I could hear her in the other room going, no, because that's her workplace. And I tell you what, I haven't been hanging around there lately with the shared car keys. And that's why I've written my number on them and with a little label because I know this is exactly what happens. She loses things. I should put my little number on her little card as well so people can call me when they find them on the street.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.